Let's make some paper clips. Paper clips can be one of the easiest things to create in Photoshop Elements. You can make them a lot more complicated too if you want, but I'm going to show you how to do that. Keep it simple, or expand your horizons and think crazy and be creative. I have here a 12 by 12 300 ppi paper that I'm starting in, and I'm going to activate the custom shape tool, and in the arrow drop down box, this arrow drop down box, I am going to, you can see I've got mine set on large thumbnails so that I can easily see them, or I could put them on small thumbnail. I think that might be the default, but I have bad eyes, and I have it on all element shapes. I'm not sure which subcategory it's in. I wasn't able to find it, so I'll just use all element shapes, and you scroll pretty far down, and I know this is off your screen, you can't see it, but the paperclip is right here, so I'm going to choose the paperclip by double clicking on it, and now you can see up here the tiny icon indicates that I have picked the paperclip. Now sometimes you need to hold down the shift key to keep things in proportion. I don't think you have to, well, yes I do, I think. Let's hold down the shift key. With each version of Photoshop Elements, that's different, and so if you hold it down and things become distorted, try not holding it down, or vice versa. And yes, I need to hold it down, and so I'm just going to kind of eye what size a realistic paperclip might be, and I'm going to stop about there, and I have this shape, and I'm not going to simplify it at this point in case I want to resize it. Yeah, let's go ahead and simplify it. You can go ahead and add your layer styles at this point without simplifying it, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to turn off my background layer, and then under the effects palette, I'm going to find my Wow Chrome styles, and I can pick any one of them. That one doesn't look very good. This first one here, the Wow Chrome Beveled Edge, I've applied it, and just like that I have a paperclip. But now you can see that it has made drop shadows on the paperclip, and so I'm going to double click on the FX to bring up the style settings, and I'm going to remove the drop shadow because we don't want to provide elements that have a drop shadow to them. And just like that, I have a paperclip. It's just that easy. Now we can make it a lot more complicated than that. Before we do that, let's go ahead and save this. I'm going to take my crop tool, draw around it, get as close as I can. In the full version of Photoshop, you can use the trim tool, and then I'm going to simply do a save as, choose PNG on my desktop with tons of other stuff, and you would name it appropriately. My name, then I would do my kit, which my kit is Mom, and paperclip 1, because this would be my first paperclip. Click Save, click OK, and now that's saved as an element, and I can hit Undo so that I can get my full working space back again. Well, now let's think out of the box and do a little bit more with this paperclip. Sometimes you can get paperclips in a variety of colors, so I'm just going to duplicate my paperclip shape clear the layer style and choose a different one. Maybe a wow plastic? No, that doesn't look good. You could get any number of variety of shadows out there. None of these are looking very good. I don't have any installed on this version of Photoshop anyway. Let's try the plastic, which kind of looks okay. You got to get rid of that drop shadow. I mean, you could do that, but it's not. Now you got the glow. Which is what makes that style altogether. I mean, you could do that if you wanted, taking off the glow like that, and that would be okay. Go back in there maybe and add a bevel. Some of this is just playing. Simple emboss. There's a simple colored paperclip just like that. You could, of course, color it any way that you want. I'm going to go back to this metal one and show you some other things that you can do to help think outside of your box. Often you'll see paper clips, especially for little girls in the stores, that have some kind of little element on top. So I'm going to get my, let's make it square at first. Create a new layer, and I'm going to make just a random selection on top of my paper clip. I'm going to hit Control Backspace, and that fills it in with the white background color. You could also hit Alt Backspace, and it'll fill it with the foreground color, or use your paint bucket. Control D to deselect, and I'm going to go right back into the Wow Chrome and choose the same Chrome that I used before. Or, remember, there's a lot of layer styles out there. You can get them for free. A lot of the free ones aren't very good. Some of them are. You got to be picky. Or go find the stores. The digital scrapbooking stores are really selling a lot of layer styles lately. And I'm going to be making more for my subscriber area as I have time. But I'm going to apply the same Wow Chrome to that, and now you can see just like that we have a little bit more creative paperclip than we did before. And remember to go back in there and take off that drop shadow. But you could take that a little further. I'm going to create another new layer, and I'm going to draw a box inside this little area here. This is just showing you how you can get creative. I'm going to fill it. Control D to deselect, and just that right there looks really cute. You could even stick a little alphabet in there, or and make a whole series of these with as an alphabet, or you can stick in there something else that's applicable to your kit. My kit is about mom, and so I could just put the word mom in there. Of course, you're going to want to use a copyright friendly font. Come on, fonts. I think I have one in here called Primer that I use a lot. LMNOP. Well, I don't see it. Do you see it? Anyway, get a copyright friendly font. Here's one for me. This is my own handwriting. That'll work well. And so I am going to put that in there, and I'm going to actually apply that same layer style to that text. Actually, let's try a different one. Oh, here we go. Oops, what did I do? Take off that drop shadow. How's that one? Look, I'm not crazy about that. A lot of this is a little bit about it's clear layer style. To clear that layer style, I'm right-clicking and pressing clear. Let's add a different one. Not that one. Ooh, I think that might be it. So there we go. That would be a whole nother paperclip right there with that name in there that would go with my kit. It's all about having and finding the right layer styles. The more variety of layer styles you have, if you're using Photoshop Elements, that is. If you've got the full version of Photoshop, it's about learning how to create and new layer styles, because you can do all sorts of things with it. With Photoshop Elements, it's all about getting those layer styles that the people in the full version have created. Instead of having white, I could have put my paper in here if I've created some papers for my kit, and then my paperclip's going to match my kit. I could do a variety of things with this. I'm trying to think of some fresh ideas for you. You can even put a circle up here. Oops. Let's do a new layer and fill that with the layer style, and do the same thing with it. Let's say I wanted to do something of another shape. Go back to my custom shapes and choose one in here. I'm doing the mom kit, and I love my mom, and so I'm going to get a heart and put that layer style on there. And so let's simplify it. There's yet another one, or I could make that, like I said, another color. If I wanted to right click, and it's already simplified. If I wanted to change this to another color, I could create an adjustment layer for hue and saturation, and let's see, click the colorize button, and I now have just that quickly a red paperclip. Go back to my layers palette here. The adjustments in Photoshop Elements 8 work a little bit different. They actually come up as their own little palette. And so if you don't have this version, you might be confused there. In earlier versions, you're going to just see it like this. Let's say I want only the heart to be red. This is my heart layer, and I have my hue and saturation adjustment layer here. I'm going to click Control G to group it with only the heart layer, and now I have a two-toned. And so you can see, as you really get to playing, how quickly and easily you can make some of these paper clips. What else can I show you? I want to show you one more thing. I have, I'm going to take this one here, this one, nope, this one. Okay, so I have my paperclip layer and my square, but I am going to clear both these layer styles, and I've got them right here. Now I just have the shape of the paperclip and the square on top of it. Rather than applying the layer styles separately, you can click on the top layer and choose merge down. Now this is one shape, and then I can go in. Oh, there goes my alarm again. It's time to wake up. And my dog is letting herself into the room. Okay, lots of side noises all of a sudden. Okay, so this is now one layer, and then I can apply my layer style this way. And as you can see, it gives this a whole new look just by merging them together and applying the layer style to both of them at the same time. And so that is also a great idea that you might want to think about doing it one way or the other. And I look forward to seeing how creative you can get with your paper clips. And get out there, have fun, and don't make this